And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Wordsmith, a word game from the designers Bill Eberle, Greg Olatka, and Peter Olatka. I've heard those names somewhere before. That's right, Cosmic Encounter, one of the greatest games ever designed. This has nothing to do with Cosmic Encounter. It's a word game. It just happens to have the same designers. Alrighty, well let's take a look at this one. In this one, you're rolling dice, taking shapes that match those dice, and making words out of them. Here we go. In this game, players are going to be using 4 different types of pieces to make words, and the side of the box that's facing towards players will show you how to make all the letters with these. At the beginning of the game, players are going to roll the dice twice, and everyone's going to take the same pieces. So I got 3 reds, and a yellow, 2 blues, a green, and a yellow. And at that point, we're going to start the game. So the way the game's going to be, everyone's going to be playing at the same time, and I'm going to be trying to make a word with these letters. So maybe I'll make H, O, and T. Here's the problem. I got this extra piece left over. So I'm trying to figure out a word that I can make. Now I could shout out this. I could say I have the word hot. If this is the case, everyone else checks. Is that a word that no one else has said already? If not, I'll write the word hot on my scoring sheet, and then I'll discard the piece I'm not using, okay? So if I discard that piece, I'm going to mark off one of these spots here. I can discard 6 pieces for free, but after that I start spending extra bonus points that I would get if I don't discard pieces. Now, once I'm done making hot, I can rearrange these to make some other letter, but I can also add more pieces if I want to. Everyone has a die, and on your turn you can roll the die and take the piece that's indicated, or you have to take the piece that's indicated. Happily, if you roll a blue or a green, you can take any piece. So I might want, hey, I want another blue piece. So now I got a D, and so I could make dot, but that seems really bad because I would lose 4 pieces. That seems too many. Well, I got an H here, and maybe I can turn this one into a Z somehow. And, oh, here's word. So let's make this W here. So I got W, and then I got O, and then R, and then D. Oh, wait, so to make R, I just need that green piece here. Oh, I rolled a yellow. Well, let's try to get the green piece anyway. Got it. Boom. Word. And I have to discard another piece. But that ain't the end of the world. Of course, if I hadn't got that, I could rearrange the letters. And you're going to keep going until someone has gotten 6 words. Once somebody has gotten 6 words, they'll shout done. And then everybody has one chance to make one final word. Once you've done that, you'll score up each word. Each word's going to get points equal to the number of letters in the word. Plus you get bonus points for each one that you haven't spent here. Add it up. And then you discard all the pieces and do a third challenge. You can play an advanced game where you write a word in here, or 6 random letters, and then you have to use those letters in each of those words that you make, which makes the game much trickier, but it can still be done. That's it. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. All right, well, the pieces here are pretty nice. You know, they're translucent, they're easy to see. Hey, you're not even going to have a problem with the red and green because red is a minus sign and green is a star. The rest of the pieces here all work. I don't know, they fit in this tray here. The whole thing is just a nice thing, and I like how the words are written on the side of the box. This is like a game tailor-made for 4 people, although you can play with fewer people if you want to. The pad is in color, has 2 sides to it, and you're going to run through this pad fairly quickly with 4 players, but you could always laminate the sides and use markers if you want to also. Well, it's a word game that feels different than other ones. I mean, you're using these shapes that are going to fit between words, and it's not as complex, and it's also not as creative maybe as you might want. You're like, well, if I stick this here and here, it looks just like an R. No, you got to make an R the way it shows you on the box. That's the only way to do it. And so the green and the blues are not used as much as the red and yellows, which is indicated on the dice, but it's pretty simple. You take them and you move them around and make the pieces. So you're stuck with a little bit. Everyone has the same pool at the beginning. But there's a little bit of a push your luck aspect. I can roll the dice and get as many pieces as I want, make any word I want. But I'm going to have maybe extra pieces. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll roll the dice 5, 6 times. Now I got a bunch of letters. I can make longer words and score more points. And so that's kind of interesting. I like that whole economy of pieces aspect to it. And the game is not that complex word-wise, right? A lot of these games, Scrabble-ish and stuff, they have this, oh, well, you need to know every word in existence. Here, if you know a bunch of 4 or 5 letter words, you'll be fine. You can even use apostrophes and dashes. And so you're going to play these words as quickly as you can. There's that time element. But I think the game kind of shines as a 2-player game. You could also play silent. Because every time you make a word, you're supposed to stop, shout out the word, everyone stops, says, okay, that word's legal, let's keep going. Silent means you make the word, you write it down, and you keep going. I suppose you can even play without the timer, but the timer keeps things moving and all. Getting to the 6th person, and everyone has one chance to make one last word. And I have played games where I'm like on word 3, and the other person finished word 6, and you're like, well, that was fun. But I think if you play with people who have equal levels of word skill to some degree, and even if you don't have word skills, this is one. See, I'm not a fan of knowing every word in the dictionary, but this is one that appeals to me a little bit because it has that little bit of dice rolling, that little bit of pressing your luck to some degree, and I think it comes out pretty well. This is a different word. There's a lot of word games out there. This one felt a little bit different, and I do like the physicality of moving the pieces, so this one appealed to me. That's Wordsmith. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.